What's going on, everyone? Fireblade Pilot here. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the top 5 things I love about my CBR1000RR. What's going on, Fireblade Pilot Army? It's just a beautiful day here in good old St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm over here near the beach. And today I'm going to talk about the 5 things I love about this motorcycle, my 2006 CBR1000RR. So there are numerous things that I love about this bike, but I've had to narrow it down to 5 specific things that I think everyone should know about CBR1000RRs. At least my generation. I think it's the second generation, the 2006, 2007 versions of the CBR1000RR. So coming in at number 1 on our list is the low to mid-range power. So for a 1000cc motorcycle, this CBR has a great low to mid-range. I mean, it doesn't matter what gear you're in. You know, you can be in first, second, putting around town. It's not really going to try to cut off on you. And the reason this is like such a strong feeling for me is because I have a Ducati 1299 Panigale S. And man, that thing, if you're under like 25 miles an hour, it just wants to putter and you got to hold the clutch in. And this thing, you don't. I mean, like I'm cruising here, second gear, nice and relaxed, just sitting up, barely having to move the throttle right here. I mean, it's just so comfortable, and the mid-range power accelerates when you hit that like 4,000 to 6,000 range on the RPMs. It just goes and it's buttery smooth. And when I am cruising around town, I don't find myself, you know, seeking that mid-range power, because you know most speed limits on these kind of roads like this one I'm on, I believe it's like 35 to 45 miles an hour, kind of varies depending on the zone you're in. But it's comfortable, the mid-range power, and when you need it, it's there. I mean, this thing just zooms in that mid-range, which I love. So that's going to be number 1 on our list, guys. Coming in at number 2 on our list is no electronics. And what I mean by no electronics is this is a 2006, so it is older, even though it's in perfect condition. But compared to my Ducati 1299, man, everything you can think of is on that bike. I mean, besides heated grips and cruise control like the BMW S1000RR has. However, I just love the raw power and raw feeling you get, and just like the knowledge that you learn from riding a bike that, you know, is unforgiving if you push it too hard. You got to know how to control it, and that goes into control touch and throttle control and all that good stuff. I mean, you could be a lot more dangerous in my Panigale than you can on this bike. Now, there is one exception to this bike, as you can see right here, HESD, which is the Honda electronic steering damper. I don't know if that's more of a gimmick or, you know, really works or not. I've heard different, you know, variations and opinions on it. So that would be the one exception on this bike, but there's no ABS, there's none of that lean angle sensor, none of that stuff that my Panigale has. So that'd be number 2 on my list, is enjoying the raw feel and power of this bike. Coming in at number 3 on our list would be the comfort and ergonomics. So this bike right here, once again, I'm comparing it to my Panigale. The Panigale is probably the most uncomfortable bike I've ever ridden. I love it, and I own it for its sexy looks and the way it accelerates and all that good stuff. But I have to say, this bike is second to none when it comes to that comfort. I mean, I'm sitting here pretty much, I mean, I'm scooted up in the front of the seat right here, but I'm pretty much sitting straight up, guys. One hand on the throttle, my other hand over here, like a Captain Morgan, the old pose, the comfort on straighten up your back on a sport bike. And I can't do this on the Panigale, guys. The Panigale leans over, and again, I am referencing my Panigale. It sounds like I don't even like the bike, but I love that bike, guys. It's amazing. But this thing is so comfortable. I can ride this a lot longer and go on longer rides around Florida here on this bike than I can on my Panigale. The rear sets are in a great position. Like, I'm 5'11", and I can, you know, I'm on my feet when I'm at stoplights, and it is at stock height. I mean, it's just comfortable, guys. My legs don't cramp. I'm not really on my wrist, and it's just so comfortable. I mean, it's hard to convey the difference in comfort between this and the Panigale. Just something you have to experience for yourself. When I owned the BMW S1000RR, that bike was pretty comfortable, but nothing like this Honda. So if you're a Honda CBR owner out there and you have a different year bike than me, let me know if the newer gen CBRs, or even if you have the old 04, 05 model, let me know how comfortable those are, guys, because I absolutely love its comfort, and that's why it ranks number 3 on my list. Coming in at number 4 on my top 5 things I love about my CBR1000RR is its stunning good looks. Yes, I do have one of the rare versions, the blue and yellow CBR1000, which only came out in 2006, only in the 1000cc. There's not a 600 version in this color scheme. And when I was looking to upgrade to a bigger sport bike a couple years ago, when I bought this, I was looking for a 600, but they only sold it in a 1000. And luckily, the transition on this bike, for some of the reasons I explained before, it was just an easy transition. It's all about throttle control and control touch, guys, and just knowing your limitations. And going back to the looks, guys, you know, when I was researching bikes back in the day to buy, you know, I just fell in love with this color scheme. And I get compliments all the time when I go to bike meetups here in Tampa and St. Pete area. And the funny part is they're always asking, where did you get that bike wrapped? Or is that a custom color scheme that you had painted? And I'm like, no, guys, that is OEM, that is the stock. Only came out in 2006. And basically what Honda did is they replaced this color scheme with the Repsol. I mean, the Repsol came out a couple years before this. The color scheme, you know, the orange, black, and white, or pretty much just orange and white nowadays. But yeah, it's pretty awesome owning a rare limited edition bike. I don't know how many of these they made in 2006. I haven't really done that research, but I know I've seen them far and few between. I have seen another one here in Tampa. I was actually driving to work the other day, and I saw it on the side of the road. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it didn't look like it was broke down. I think the guy was just on the phone or something. But yeah, it's a rare bike. I hardly ever see it, and I get compliments all the time. And I will say, the looks of the bike, I mean, I'd argue it can compete with today's super bikes and the styles. Honda kind of took that radical transition of making it more, you know, pointed, and the dual headlights, not like the old school Kawasaki's with a giant square headlight like the old Ninjas. But yeah, guys, I love the looks. It's what sold me on the bike automatically. The guy I bought it from, you know, he didn't want to sell it, but he owned like 5 other bikes at the time. So he was trying, and he was moving. So he parted ways. I got a great deal. And I have done my mods to it, and it looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, guys, that's number 4 on my list. Alright, guys, finally coming in at number 5 on our list of top 5 things I love about my CBR1000RR is maintenance and reliability. So guys, I've owned this bike for roughly 2.5 years, and I have had few things go wrong with it. Now, it is a 2006. The bike is 12 going on 13 years old. You know, most bikes, from my experience, probably don't last, I don't know, 5-10 years sport bike world, and that's only because people rag and dog the crap out of this thing, man. You know, like, that's just the natural habit of being a sport bike guy or gal. You want to push it to its limits. Now, this bike has currently 28,458 miles. Rev bomb. And that roughly translates to like 2,000 to 2,500 miles a year, which isn't too bad. And since I've owned the bike, I've only had to replace 2 major things. One was the battery, which you're supposed to replace like every 3 to 5 years if you're lucky anyway, if you get that linked out of it. And the second was the rectifier. It went bad, and it's known to go bad in Honda CBRs, and maybe all Hondas, I don't know. Maybe not like Gold Wings and stuff. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Battery and the rectifier. And it didn't cost too much. You know, batteries 100-something bucks. I think it was like 150, 160. And I thought about getting one of the lithium batteries, but you know, I've read places where on older bikes, it's probably not a good thing. So I just stuck with a stock OEM battery. And the rectifier, yeah, that was kind of pricey because of the labor, and they had to take apart the whole rectifier stator, all that good stuff. I want to say the rectifier was around $350, and then with the labor total was around $500 or $600. So yeah, guys, Honda's known for its reliability. That's kind of one of the slogans the bike world has adopted with Honda, is Honda reliability. So yeah, guys, that's the 5th thing I love about this bike. Maintenance is inexpensive. It's an older bike, which can be challenging to find parts. However, the bike, you know, 28,000 miles, 12 going on 13 years old, no major issues or challenges. I love it. So yeah guys, that's going to conclude my top 5 things I love about my CBR1000RR. I hope you enjoyed them. If you own a CBR, let me know down below in the comments what you love about your bike, because I'm very interested in seeing what other CBR owners think. And if you don't like things about your bike, also let me know in the comments below. And if you don't mind, please like and thumbs up this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and make sure to hit that notification bell, and make sure you're notified every time I put up a new video. So until next time, you guys take care. I'll catch you later.